The pressure goes on the defending champions New Zealand that beat the United States earlier on today by 10. Interesting to see that Gordon Titchens has gone with the same starting 7.
Yeah, very interesting, TJ, and the forwards for mine are the one that need to stand up.
Referee is Brian Arciero of Canada, and it's Dixon who gets up to put some pressure on from the kickoff, and New Zealand are going to get the first scrum feed of the game.
The thing I'm looking for from this New Zealand team, TJ, is the intensity and how they win, not what the score is. They won't be in the forefront of this Black Machine's mind. It's how they go about their work and their business and how they dominate. Gordon Titchens, I know, would have given his team a serve after their first loss against England, and he'll be looking for a polished performance.
Well, Richard Turner is sidelined. The key to the game for England was shutting down Tomasi Thama. We'll get Richard's thoughts on that at the moment. But here come New Zealand through Big Ben Lamb, looking to make a good start. But Spain, they stick to their tackles, and the ball's been kicked back by a player lying on the ground, so that is a penalty taken quickly by Mickelson. New Zealand want to get things cracking here after a slow start earlier on today. Second penalty by the Canadian referee, taken by Thama. Nothing on, away to the right.
Penalty, offside.
And 3 penalties in quick succession. Spain have to be careful. Lamb goes straight at them hard. Taken just too short of the line. It's there for Baker in New Zealand. Thama, Raikambula, who hardly touched the ball in the first game, and now he's thrown a forward pass with a try begging.
Yes, indeed, he won't be happy with that. The experienced lot there, Raikambula, they did everything right. They got the ball clear where the space was. Just the missed pass basics is what hurting New Zealand, and also the ruck area. They've got to clean that up. It's a bit too messy for mine at the moment.
Yes, well, England were able to exert great pressure around the ruck, but the way they shut down Tomasi Thama just looked like a tactic that Ben Ryan had been stewing on ever since Port Elizabeth, and it came good for him. Now here's an untidy scrum for Spain. Dixon's picked it up for New Zealand, so the All Black Sevens have a chance to get their first points on the board. Baker, well, it takes 3 eventually to put him on the ground. But look at Spain swarming. Loose ball, and again a penalty. Well, they're dicing with it here. Now the ref gets in the way.
It's very much a rattled New Zealand team at the moment. TJ, Tim Mickelson just trying to get to his feet, took a knock in their last physical exchange, but they just don't look like they're on the game. They're feeling the pressure. They know they've got to win. They're just rushing things at the moment. They've got to stick to their systems, got to trust it. They've been training all week. That's what's been the secret for them over the first 3 legs, is their consistency and the way they back themselves.
Looks like he's had a poke in the eye, Mickelson.
Let's go.
So they'll have to do it with 6. Raikambula takes the tap, and Thama floats it wide to Dixon, but Spain quickly up out of the defensive line. Mickelson back in action. Raikambula, Baker now, and they give it to Lamb. Pops it back in field, but Baker can't hold it. It's just not working in sync for New Zealand at the moment.
They're just trying a bit too hard at the moment, New Zealand team. Things aren't sticking, and sometimes when you push there hard, Ben Lamb, he does well here, takes out 2 defenders, nice offload. Nothing wrong with that defence, and that's what Spain need to do. They need to hustle and bustle and pressure New Zealand.
Well, it was a perfectly timed tackle by Glenn Rolls, the Australian playing in the Spanish team, and Gordon Titchens looks just a little concerned. Spain have it. And a little chip kick into space too. Not a bad one. They've got it back. What a brilliant piece of work from Pedro Martin, their star player. But they concede a penalty for hanging on in the tackle, taken quickly by Mickelson. Tomasi with the dummy, the fake. Raikambula. Baker gets another. Kurt Baker opens the scoring for New Zealand. It was a while coming, but patience in the end was the key.
Well, they missed the first opportunity down that far side where Lote Raikambula couldn't get the pass, but he does on this occasion, doesn't take the contact. Draws in that last defender, and Kurt Baker once again getting down for another try.
Well, Spain guilty of making things difficult for themselves, giving away 4 straight-arm penalties, allowing New Zealand to eventually cross the line, and Carl, maybe we're seeing the example here of the result of the New Zealand side, always such a huge weight of expectation when they're here in Wellington, and you just sense that they're showing that in a nervous approach. Lost in their first game, untidy start to this one, so maybe now they can get themselves into gear.
There is Tiki, the man they call Tiki Inchalsti, coach of Spain. Mike and Buller getting up to put some pressure on, but they've brought it under control, this time through Angel Lopez. Rolls now. Smuggling it back to Lopez. Very nuggety players in this Spanish team. Certainly don't lack for physicality. Ask England. They beat England in the Gold Coast Bowl final in sudden death after almost beating them in pool play, but New Zealand have got another penalty.
I think now, TJ, I know they're slowing it down, New Zealand, a number of tackles, but they've got to speed the game up. This is where their fitness levels will come into play. I think that's where they got it over the Spanish team.
Just looking to slow things down now. Sam Dixon from Christchurch takes the tap. Bull in New Zealand fanned out away to the right. And a nice pass from Thama. And again, it's Lamb in space. Ben Lamb, the infield pass to Baker. Slips it to Tomasi Thama. And he's going to get New Zealand's second try. Well, that's better.
Yeah, a lot better, a lot more fluid there from the New Zealand team. Just that little bit of deception in the midfield. The DJ Ford was missed out. Got it to the wing wide. Tomasi Thama got Lotte Reichenbuller wrapping around. We've got DJ Ford's missed pass, and then Lamb with a bit of space gets an offload again. Then Kurt Baker gives another one to Tomasi Thama with a little left foot step. And that's better. More support players coming up the middle.
Oh, it looks like an injury there too for the big man in the Spanish team, Ignacio Martin. As Tomasi Thama's conversion is horribly miscued. Tomasi Thama by some distance now from, don't recognise that name in second place.
And it took 10 years to get there, TJ Tomasi, but a fate to be broken.
Happy Fijian fans, I don't know why, because their team was out of contention for the Cup, but they always enjoyed themselves anyway. So Spain kick off through Pedro Martin, and it's been taken in by Mickelson, but then lost. So an error at the outset of the second half for New Zealand.
It seems to be a tactic that a lot of teams are employing this weekend, that split kick-off and going straight down the middle. Probably to one of the tallest members of the New Zealand team, and Tim Mickelson, but unfortunately just couldn't control it, taking it to deck. But now, brilliant attacking opportunity midfield for Spain.
Put in by Martin, but it's very untidy, and Forbes has come through, the great scavenger, and he's got it for New Zealand. Dixon emerges with it and makes some hard meters up the middle. Crunching run from Sam Dixon. And now Mickelson, there's space for New Zealand on the right. The acceleration from Tomasi Thama, then he just loses the ball in the tackle. The IRB Player of the Year last year, not having a great start to this tournament. We know how good he can be, but he was out of sorts in the opening game, and he's been a bit of a mix in this one.
Yeah, I just think that Tomasi is doing a bit too much, taking responsibility squarely on his shoulders. He needs to be a director, a conductor. He had an opportunity there with the overlap to get it to the outside. He took it into contact. He's been doing it quite a lot, especially in that first game, and now this one. Just needs to clear the ball. He's a player that uses space well.
That's a better scrum from New Zealand. They switch it to Lamb on the left, having a go on the outside. Oh, again, tenacious defence that time from Iriberi. But New Zealand still have it. Forbes straight ahead, keeping them at bay. Tomasi tried to scramble it away. Again, a penalty at the breakdown against Spain, which must be frustrating for the coach. Baker with the kick out to the wing. Just has to sit into the buckets. Oh, Mickelson's lost it. Well, they could give the try here.
Time's off.
They've just got to confirm whether he lost it forward or not.
The first one was backwards. Was the second one forward? Should try?
Try it is. Well, he lost it in the sunshine, I think, Carl.
Yeah, you can see him just pointing to the air. It was a great option there by Kurt Baker.
What's that?
what I like about New Zealand, that's better sevens. They kept their width, they were deep. You can see them looking directly into that sunlight. Always going to be tough, but it did go back right there.
Ooh, now that was the question, Mark.
Yeah, that was certainly have control when he went to pick it up. No, initially from the cross kick that the ball was propelled backwards, but when he went to tidy it all up. But the try's been awarded, so it's all irrelevant now.
And converted to rub salt into the wounds for Spain. Look at the look on his face. He gets up. We may sit here. Let's have a look here.
Right there, I think he did.
Come off his forearm, and he did have a little suspicious look around at the referee. Try awarded. And the All Black Sevens team gets a lucky break.
Must make mention too that the debutant Rocky Khan gets his run in the black jersey, been in a long time, 23-year-old. Can't wait to see what he can do going forward. Throw into this line out, so pressure straight on the young man.
Now Rocky Khan to the Ponsonby in Auckland, 22-year-old Auckland, being an Indian father, his mother from Rotorua in the Pacific Islands, and he's made a Rocky Khan! Oh, what a start for the New Zealand team for Rocky Khan!
That's much better than that. His first touch on attack for Rocky Khan, and what I like about this kid, he backs himself, and that's what he did straight away. Quite an amused look on his face, but he tapped down by Broken Bullet coming round from the hooker position, and just watch it there, and someone finally took it forward from New Zealand with a bit of vigour and a bit of anger. Good on you, boy.
Oh, good confidence, though, Carl, wasn't it? The first touch of the ball in your first match for the All Black Sevens, you would thought maybe he would be inclined to pass the ball as initial instinct, but as you say, full confidence, and backs himself and back himself he did. Well, what a great way to start your career for the All Black Sevens.
Well, he had plenty to do, but it was just the speed and the determination to stay clear of the defence. Right now, a fantastic beginning for his international sevens career. And here's Harvey Canosa, strong forward for Spain. Need to strike back quickly. Expo is on the field. He's been taken in the tackle. Spain moving forward now with purpose. Rolls. Tackle made inside the New Zealand 22. Iribe gets to the short side. And get one back. And they do in impressive fashion.
Easy fashion too, you'd have to say. TJ Iribe goes inside. Tim was patrolling, didn't have enough gas. Sitting there having a bit of number 2 for New Zealand. Goes around too easily. Got a ruck time.
Enough space, wasn't there, on that short side, Carl? Need to go around the outside of Merkel's head, you say, caught him napping somewhat. So, coach that Gordon took the gone from this game as well.
What you like about this team is that there's a bit of flair that goes without saying. There's confidence, though, and there's determination. It all works. Sport that is growing rapidly on the Iberian Peninsula. First it was Portugal, who started emerging a few years ago, and now Spain. Well down the game, 20-5, with more substitutions to make for New Zealand. Now the step off the space for Luke Muswell. New Zealand. Well, the light touch in the opening game was a drop pass when New Zealand were score and try and snatch the game. His first touch in this game is to sprint away for a try in the manner of his father all those years ago.
Oh yes, a very proud dad, I'm sure, looking on the son, Luke Masirewa. This is just a little snippet of what this young kid can do, full of promise. If he is anything like his father, there'll be a lot more to come.
Well, the new kids having their say with Masirewa, who just came into the New Zealand side for the Port Elizabeth tournament. He scored the try. Rocky Khan with the conversion. What an impact they've had. Mickelson up after the restart, and have scrambled it back on the New Zealand side. Little knock on from Spain. Time for one last scrum.
This is a better performance in the second half as one more substitute will come on. David Aikuna for New Zealand scored a try in their first game. Little stop and go, but it's a good one at centre. Such an electric figure off the mark, especially David Aikuna. Watch him here. I'm sure he's the one to get the ball in his hand.
Masarewa going into the forward pack. 18 years of age, the young man. Born at the time when his father was starring for the New Zealand teams, great New Zealand Sevens teams in 95 and 96. There's another relatively new face, Belgium, Tuatanga Loa. Made his debut last year. New Zealand take it quickly, looking to finish the job off. Here's Masarewa again. Gordon Kitchens has a bit of thinking to do about his selection for the next game.
Also Gillies Kaka on for his debut for New Zealand as well.
And here he is about to receive the ball, this brilliant man from Hawke's Bay, Kaka, the offload, and Tuatanga Loa caps a New Zealand performance. It still is a fair way from perfect, but it's a whole lot better.
Yeah, that's a W on the board, and they get off the mark, New Zealand, and the young kids have come to the fore in this tournament. Gillies Kaka, just watch him, man, so much promise. Finally gets in a black jersey, and I reckon he's the kid that's going to change the fortunes for New Zealand on day two. And then Belgium, Tuatanga Loa. Well, this guy is a beast, and that's one of the easy tries. A good try for him.
In the end, it's a comfortable margin for New Zealand. Spain got one try in the second half, but the impact of those young players off the bench has certainly proved decisive as New Zealand get their first win of the tournament and beat Spain by 36-5.